Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we've got a major story in the world of artificial intelligence, one that's setting up a showdown between two giants, OpenAI and Tesla. And it's not about chatbots this time. OpenAI, the company behind ChatGPT, is moving into humanoid robotics, and the implications are huge. So here's what's going on. According to Wired, OpenAI has begun aggressively recruiting experts in robotics and machine learning. The company is expanding its focus beyond software, stepping straight into the physical world with systems designed to mimic humans, perform real-world tasks, and, at least in theory, push AI closer to artificial general intelligence. Job postings and insider reports make it clear that OpenAI's ambitions are serious. They're building a team to design sophisticated algorithms that can control both humanoid and conventional robotic platforms. And the strategy isn't just about building mechanical shells, it's about creating robots that can learn through advanced teleoperation and virtual simulation environments. Basically, instead of just hard-coding behaviors, the robots will watch, learn, and practice in simulated spaces before applying those skills in the real world. Insiders say OpenAI is particularly interested in humanoid robots, machines that partially or fully mimic human characteristics. And the research seems to target enhanced spatial reasoning. That means robots that don't just follow a script but can actually interpret their surroundings and perform complex tasks with precision. Think about a robot being able to understand a messy kitchen, navigate it, and actually clean up without needing step-by-step instructions. This move places OpenAI directly against Tesla. You already know about Tesla's humanoid project Optimus. Elon Musk has made it very clear. Optimus is supposed to be a cornerstone of Tesla's long-term strategy. He's talked about applications ranging from industrial work all the way to household chores. Now with OpenAI stepping into the same space, the rivalry between Musk's Tesla and the company he co-founded back in 2015 just got personal. Musk left OpenAI's board in 2018, and since then, he's been one of its loudest critics. He's raised questions about its direction, its safety practices, and whether advanced AI could become dangerous. And yet, he's also linking those same concerns to his own push with Tesla Optimus. The drama is undeniable. But let's talk about what OpenAI is actually doing right now. In June 2025, they recruited Chung-Shu Lee from Stanford University. Lee is a well-known figure in robotics circles. His work focused on creating benchmarks to measure the performance of humanoid robots that can handle everyday household chores. His dissertation looked specifically at partly humanoid robots, machines with two arms but wheels instead of legs. That's a design choice you see a lot in robotics because wheels simplify balance and movement, while arms still allow manipulation. And Lee isn't the only one. Two other researchers from another robotics lab have joined OpenAI according to their LinkedIn profiles. A professor at a separate lab confirmed that one of their graduate students was also recently recruited, so the hiring spree is very real. Digging into OpenAI's job postings gives us even more clues. One opening calls for expertise in teleoperation and simulation, two technologies that are critical for training humanoid systems. Teleoperation is essentially when a human operator controls the robot, and the robot's algorithm learns by watching and mimicking the human's actions. Pair that with simulation tools like Nvidia's Isaac platform, and you've got robots learning how to move, manipulate, and interact with the physical world inside a safe virtual environment before they try it in real life. Another job post asks for a mechanical engineer with skills in prototyping and building robots, equipped with sensors for touch and motion. That could suggest OpenAI wants to build its own hardware, not just license someone else's. And here's a big hint. That same listing asked for experience designing mechanical systems intended for high-volume manufacturing, like 1 million plus units and problem-solving on assembly lines. That kind of language doesn't scream research lab, it screams production, scaling, and potentially commercialization. Put all of this together and it sure looks like OpenAI is aiming to create general-purpose robots that could eventually be deployed at scale. And their robotics team even says in the job listings that they are focused on unlocking general-purpose robotics and pushing towards AGI-level intelligence in dynamic real-world settings. That's a bold mission statement. This isn't OpenAI's first rodeo with robots, though. Back in 2019, they pulled off something pretty impressive. They built an algorithm capable of solving a Rubik's Cube with a human-like robotic hand. But in 2021, the company shut down its robotics division, citing a lack of training data. They pivoted their focus fully onto algorithms like GPT-3, GPT-4, and the large language models that would eventually give us ChatGPT. But in late 2024, the information reported that OpenAI was considering reviving its robotics program. And here we are less than a year later with multiple hires and job postings that confirm they're all in again. Now, why does this matter? Because OpenAI seems to think that achieving true artificial general intelligence might not be possible without algorithms that can actually interact with the physical world. Large language models are incredible at generating text, solving problems, even coding, but they don't touch the real world. Robots do. And developing systems that can see, understand, and act with high fidelity in the physical world could be the missing piece to making AI truly general. Stephanie Telex, a roboticist at Brown University, points out that building effective robots means designing and training AI models capable of processing high frame rate, high-dimensional perceptual input, and then producing high frame rate, high-dimensional physical outputs. In simpler terms, robots that can see in detail, react instantly, and act with precision. That's not something language models are built for. But OpenAI isn't entering an empty field. They'll be going up against startups like Figure, Agility, and Apptronic, all of which are working on humanoid robots. Major companies like Google and Tesla are also heavily invested. And here's the kicker. Venture capitalists have poured more than $5 billion into humanoid startups since early 2024. Morgan Stanley estimates the humanoid industry could be worth $5 trillion by 2050. So yes, there's a ton of money, competition, and hype around this space. That hype is partly thanks to progress in hardware and software. Humanoids are still expensive and tough to build, but new motors, sensors, and components are making it cheaper and easier to put together working prototypes. Software like Nvidia's Isaac platform has also made it easier to train robots by running thousands of simulations at once. Still, the challenges are enormous. Robots can dance, they can run, they can do flashy demos, but what they lack is the intelligence to operate in unpredictable, unstructured environments. And that's where OpenAI's focus on teleoperation and simulation could help. By training robots in rich, virtual environments with human guidance, they may start to develop the general-purpose capabilities needed to tackle those messy, real-world scenarios. There's another layer here too. Some experts say OpenAI's renewed focus on robotics is linked to the limits of its language models. GPT-5 reportedly underwhelmed expectations. Stephanie Telex even put it bluntly, they've asymptoted on GPT-5. They need to move towards the physical world. In other words, text-based models may not be enough to push AI to the next level, so OpenAI is betting on robotics as the way forward. And let's not forget the rivalry angle. Tesla's Optimus project is already being hyped by Musk as central to Tesla's future. Musk envisions robots in factories, offices, and homes, and he's made it clear this is one of Tesla's long-term bets. With OpenAI entering the same race, the stage is set for one of the most fascinating competitions in technology. Two companies that share DNA, Musk co-founded one and now runs the other, are on a collision course in humanoid robotics. If OpenAI can actually deliver robots that combine advanced spatial reasoning, teleoperated learning, and scalable hardware, it could reshape not just AI, but industries across the board. And if Tesla delivers on Musk's promises with Optimus, we could see a head-to-head battle for dominance in a market that analysts believe could reach trillions in value by mid-century. So, as OpenAI quietly rebuilds its robotics team after a 5-year pause, all signs point toward humanoid systems at the core of its strategy. And if they succeed, the competitive landscape of AI could shift dramatically, moving from the digital realm into the physical world, where algorithms aren't just generating words on a screen but actually rolling up their sleeves, so to speak, and doing real work. That's the story for today. Big moves, bold bets, and a rivalry years in the making. Stick around because this is one race that's only going to get more intense. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, make sure to share, drop a comment, and hit subscribe so you don't miss the next big update. See you in the next one.